the official grand opening of the new location of the Martial Arts History Museum in Glendale, California. Michael Matsuda, president of the museum.
To build this place. We opened it in April of last year. And I said, okay, we're gonna go with the city and we're gonna get a sign put up, okay? And I figured it was gonna take 3 or 4 months to the sign. So we'll just have a soft opening. We'll just open the doors, do a quick little ribbon cutting, and that's it. And in 3 months, we'll have our line dancing and our forums and all that. Who would have thought it would be 1 year later through permits? Permits, a variance permit, then a sign permit, took a full year, and finally about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we finally got our sign up. So yay, so I promise we'll have official grand opening. So anyway, through the years, I have been fortunate to meet many great politicians and many councils. Some have been wonderful and some not so wonderful. When we first opened the museum in 1999, we started as a travel exhibit. We traveled all over the country, and then we opened up in the city of Santa Clarita. We met with Congressman Ukian back then, Mayor West, and a few other people. And the first thing they said to us is, we don't have any money. First thing they said. Okay. I went to the city of Burbank, and when we opened up there, we moved from Santa Clarita to Burbank, and they said, we don't have any money. You know, it's the same thing that Tom Bradley told me. You guys know Tom Bradley. We don't have any money. But not so for Glendale. When we met with former Mayor Artie, he said, let's see what we can do to make this move to Glendale.
Good morning. My name is Makito Hikata from Japanese Consulate. Yes. So congratulations to the Martial Arts History Museum on its official grand opening and also marking the 26th year. Thank you, President Michael Matsuda, for having me today, and thank you for all the supporters and volunteers to today's special event. So the beauty of martial arts is that it offers lessons on hard work and discipline that widely resonate across people of different backgrounds. Martial arts such as karate, judo, kendo are often a way that people learn about the Japanese traditions and culture for the first time. The Martial Arts History Museum has enlightened the public about the Japanese martial arts and Japan's contributions to the martial arts of neighboring countries and the United States. It is my hope the museum will continue promoting martial arts and Japanese culture through its many initiatives such as events and exhibitions. With this regard, this newly expanded space is a good opportunity to reach wider audiences. I'm truly heartened and encouraged by the fact that people in the Glendale are so enthusiastic about Japan and ultimately contribute to the friendship between Japan and the United States. We also work closely with the city of Glendale and working with the Shosen Tea House and Japanese Friendship Garden in Grand Park in Glendale, which plays an important role to sharing Japanese traditions, history, and aesthetics with diverse communities in Glendale. My hope is that the Martial Art History Museum and the Shosen and the people in Glendale with love for Japan can join forces to continue promoting understanding about Japan and Japanese culture. Thank you again, and best wishes to museum's grand opening and continuing growth. Thank you.
Better place. This city has opened their arms to us, and we are thrilled to be here. It is our hope to make the city of Glendale our permanent location, so I'm very thrilled with that. So, representing the Glendale City Council is Council Member Daniel Brotman. Mr. Brotman.
Well, Michael didn't tell me I was speaking, so I have nothing prepared. He just pulled a fast one. But we're really thrilled to have this museum here in Glendale. We really are. And this is a little museum area, or it's becoming one. I don't know if you know, but right across the street, we have the Museum of Neon Art. And then we're building an Armenian American Museum and Cultural Center, which is going up here, and it's going to be a real magnet. So I think a lot of people will be coming to this area. Sometimes they'll be coming to see neon art, sometimes they'll be coming to the Armenian American Museum, sometimes they'll be coming here. But hopefully they get to know about all these other places that they can visit. And we get, you know, we kind of build up some more interest and activity and visitors here. That's my hope. So I'll just say, Michael, I want to give a shout out to Michael. Let's give him a big round. This guy is one of the most enthusiastic people I've ever met, and also extremely persistent. He just kept coming to council again and again, and I'm sure at one point we said we had no money, but he just kept coming and pushing, and you know, the guy does not give up. But he also is very nice about it. He doesn't complain, like the whole sign thing. I heard about this, but I didn't know it went on for a year. You never complained. So that would be my advice to you: is be a little bit more of a squeaky wheel. Be a little bit more of a squeaky wheel.
I was there to every permit station, to everybody, all the time. Where is it? Where is it?
Okay.
No, don't worry.
He didn't try to pull rank and get us involved, which is
Actually, I had former Mayor Artie involved.
Okay,
So
all
I'm
right.
gonna push it.
All right. Anyway, amazing guy, and I'm sure that we're going to do well here, and I'm really proud to have this museum here.
And through the years, this man has continued to push the museum to the Los Angeles City Council as one of the council members for Los Angeles. Later, he became senator and continued to push it. And it is this man, along with Michelle Mano, myself and Karen, that made this location possible. I know he isn't able to make it, but I'm happy to say his name. I want to say thank you to Senator Richard Alarcon. So thank you so much. this place legally happen. Going back and forth, night and day, so much paperwork, so much legal stuff to go through, but this mighty warrior got us through. She carries a torch for the Kahiwalulua and a kumu in the yard. Museum Hall of Famer, Michelle Manu.
Aloha kako and good morning. How exciting is this, finally? Hey, Michael, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And so thank you to Michael and Karen Matsuda, the Burbank politicians that are present today, and all of our friends and colleagues. He already introduced me, so I want to give you a quote. To move with power, you must know your origin. To strike with integrity, you must remember your ancestors. This place is not just a museum, but a sanctuary, a story, spirit, culture, and legacy. It is more than a building, it is a living archive of the battles our ancestors won and survived, the disciples they passed on, and the bridges they built between cultures across oceans, generations, and even in the film. So as someone who has been shaped by the warrior tradition, both in discipline and also in spirit, I recognize that martial arts has never been about combat and protection. Not just about combat and protection, but it's also a way for us to master ourselves internally. This place provides for our culture to be discussed, our stories to be discussed, so it's not just distilled down to the Western way of fight and competition. So today we honor those who brought their fists to protect, their feet to move through fear, and their stories to heal divides. So whether your lineage comes from the dojos of Okinawa, the mountain temples of China, the jungles of the Philippines, Indonesia, or Africa, or the battlegrounds of Hawaii, we all are standing here because someone chose to preserve what others tried to erase. This museum in the heart of Burbank reminds us that martial arts are not only preserved through kata and kumite, but through laughter and connection, wisdom passed from master to student, and pride rekindled in those who see their culture finally framed on a wall instead of cut from the credits. So to the founders, curators, artists, warriors, and visionaries, and construction contractors who brought this space into being, mahalo nui loa. Thank you for seeing that our stories were not finished, just for a place for it to be told. And to the youth who walk these halls in the years to come, may you see your reflection in the faces on these walls. May you learn that strength is not dominance, but discipline, not ego, but endurance, not rage, but reference. Because martial means war, but art means creation. This museum holds both and teaches us how to live in balance. So congratulations to all of us.
I don't have any speech prepared. Yeah, I used to be a carpenter when I was younger, so I had the skills, and Michael needed help, and I'm retired, so I showed up.
She's not only been a star of over 65 films, but she's always been there when the museum needed her. Either to do an appearance, to do a shoot, to do a promo, anything the museum needed, she never hesitated. And I want to say this about her real quick before I announce her. When we opened the doors of the museum, she came to the counter and she didn't say, "Don't you know who I am? Yeah, I'm the great grandmaster." So no, she got her wallet, got her purse out, laid her money right there, and there's my ticket. That's the classiness of this woman. Ladies and gentlemen, the great, the one and only Cynthia Rothrock.
It's such an honor for me to be part of the Martial Art History Museum. As Michael said, we go way back to the competition days, to the 80s, and I remember I used to train my students, Lorene and Roger, who are here today, and it was in a park in Woodland Hills, and Michael used to work across the street. We would get together for lunch, and he would tell me of his dream of creating the Martial Art History Museum. And then in 1999, his dream came true. It started, and my dream came true. I had my baby, my daughter, 1999. And what's so special, as Michael would always say, how cool is that? Today's my daughter's 26th birthday, and it's the opening of the Martial Art History Museum. But, you know, it's such an amazing place to preserve, you know, the history, the great grandmasters. But what I think is so important as well is created a community. I mean, look at everybody here, and every time Michael has events, everybody comes, they look forward to this. It's a place for them to come, to make friends, to give love and support to martial artists, and you know, I think that's what Martial Art Family is about. So to me, that is so epic that we have a place that we can all get together and love and share. And I also want to thank Michael. He's been a big supporter of my film Black Creek, and the Martial Art History Museum has, and that has been another dream for me. I want to thank all the supporters here. We're talking about in the fall, we're going to have a screening of Black Creek, and we're also going to have an exhibition of the costumes and the props that's going to be here. And it's very special to me because, you know, one of our great legends, one of my best friends, Richard Norton, passed away a few months ago, and it makes this movie, Black Creek, more special for me that it was his last film, and they used to call us Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers of martial arts, and I always say, I'm so glad that we got to do our last dance together. So we'll have his costumes as well, and I just want to say, you know, just make your dreams happen. We've done it, and thank you for supporting my film. Right now it's on Fandango and Apple TV for pre-orders. So excited, we've been in the top 10. It's this 14-day shoot, small independent picture that everybody just came with love and support, and we're so proud of it. So I hope you guys can check it out and love it as much as we do. And again, thank you, Michael and Karen, and everybody involved in the Martial Art History Museum for creating this place, for creating this atmosphere, this love, this knowledge, and just thank you so much for all you do.
I want to say thank you to the Wong family. Oh, there he is. There she is. You know, when I started the traveling exhibit, I didn't have much to take on the road with me. And I went to Sifu Kiryogawa Wong and Sifu Douglas Wong, and I said, can I borrow that lion head? Can I borrow that shield? Can I borrow that? Soon I had their whole stuff on display. So, without further words, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Carrie Ogawa Wong.
So sneaky. I'm very proud to be a part of this opening. This man had a dream, and I have been to every grand opening, Santa Clarita, Burbank. I couldn't miss this one. Doug was supposed to speak. He probably knew that, that's why he's not here. And I told Michael, well, snooze you lose. About 10 years ago, I asked my kids' Kung Fu class, so what do you know about Bruce Lee? They go, who? That hurt me deeply because I grew up with Bruce Lee and Kung everything. So when Michael had the museum idea, I go, that's exactly what we need. Because the legacy that we as martial artists leave is here. What I leave my grandkids is here. And over the last few years, we have lost so many icons. I can't even mention it. And we're all family, we're all good friends. So by having this here, we leave all of the legacy and knowledge to the world. And there'll never be another kid that can say, I don't know who Bruce Lee is, I don't know who so-and-so is. So please invite your friends to come and visit. I volunteer at the Nikkei Senior Gardens in Pacoima. It's an assisted living center. Michael graciously contacted them, and they brought some seniors on a bus and they toured the Burbank location, right? So I'm working on them, now that we have a bigger location, to bring another group. These are seniors in their 80s and 90s who did judo, they did karate. And so it really meant a lot to them to see this. So thank you, and congratulations to Michael and to all of you.
Thank everybody for being here, and I really had to come. I'm working right now, but I told Michael I would be here. Like I told you, I'm selling oranges, so if you go down 134 brand, that's me, okay? So buy some. Without the martial arts, there would be no Art Camacho. I've been very blessed. I just directed, produced. I'm a writer. Just came back from Mississippi, Arizona, all these different states. I can't get myself arrested in LA, but other states like me at least, you know? So, but what Michael Matsuda is doing, he's my hero. I mean, I have a few heroes. Bruce Lee's one of them, my sequel Eric Lee, and Michael Matsuda. Because what he's doing is he created history, and he's had a passion, and he's sacrificed everything. And I've known him for what, maybe about 20, 30 years, and I'm only 29, but I've known him a long time. And he's done so much for me personally, for the martial arts, and continues to, you know. And all of us, you know, we're all selfish to a certain point. And I'm sure Michael is too, because you get something intrinsic by doing things for others. And I don't know what he gets, but I wish that I had half his passion, because he has sacrificed. I've seen him down, I've seen him up. I've seen so many aspects of him. And what he's done here, literally, I haven't been here in several months, and walking in was amazing. I got lost. That's why I was late. I was here about half an hour ago. But I got lost getting here. And all of you are part of my family, and I really appreciate you all. And God bless you all. God bless you all. I know we're all going through a lot of challenges with everything in our own personal lives, with what's going on in our country. But this pulls us together. When I walk through those doors, I'm part of a bigger family, bigger than the United States, bigger than the world. It's my martial arts family. So God bless you, and thank you all for being here.
The day off to help us move. I want to say thank you. To move from the other place, put it all in a big truck, bring it here. They took their time off work to help us. Volunteers who took their time to surprise us with special foods, a special outing, or just help us unwind. It is the people, the great, amazing people that made this place a reality. So I say thank you so much. Look what you have done. This is my father.
Walt Disney was running a studio. Okay, he was creating a Disneyland. Okay, he was running a studio making animation. Disneyland was never Walt Disney's dream. That is not until he went to a park with his kids, and then he wanted to make something special. And then it became his dream. I never planned to do a museum. I just wanted to save history. That's all I wanted to do. It was never my dream, but then it became my life's dream. In this ribbon cutting, I want to dedicate this place first to those who sacrificed so much to bring these magnificent martial arts to America, and then to the world. I dedicate this place to all those icons, founders, pioneers of the arts, and the champions who fought their way event after event, tournament after tournament, and sometimes with very little recognition. To all those teachers and all those coaches who pass on what they learn. I want to dedicate this place to all those who continue to keep tradition alive for a new generation, and to so many people who have given of themselves to make this dream come true. I want to dedicate this place to all those who have become not just my friends, but become my family. I always say the greatest thing about this museum is all the many great people we have met along the way. And of course to my wife Karen, who is the glue that holds this place together. And lastly, I dedicate this place to the Lord our God, for without him, nothing is possible. So, by the count of 3, wait till 3, we're going to cut the ribbon. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, with that, welcome to the Martial Arts History Museum. 1, 2, and 3.